Well, everyone, the 1978 Eljer emblem has been fully restored. Before I even show y'all the bowl, I added all new tank guts in here. I added a new handle, a new fluid master, a fluid master flush tower, and a Kohler Ingenium flapper. There's the side of it. It's got new tank bolts and some new nuts and a new gasket too. This one's also got my plastic underneath there. And there's the Eljer logo. You can't barely see, but all the minerals came out of the siphon jet. So I could put the picture before now. And right now is what it looks like after. So yeah, I'm gonna give you a flush, and here we go. Okay, that honestly has it honestly now it siphons a lot more easy, but the rim holes are still poked effectively. So I guess the bowl wrench is somehow still quite well, but honestly I think it siphons out like it would now. So I honestly think it was harder to siphon out, probably because of the siphon jet being partially clogged by all those minerals, but all those minerals are gone, so I don't have to really worry about all of them. And surprisingly, it actually froze some of these. It kind of did a little froze last night, and my washcloths actually froze. They froze into balls for real. But it's supposed to warm up today. I may have to use this one. I use this one to clean my toilets, so it's gonna kind of be full of little soap suds on it. But it'll just have to do. Well, the tank's full, so let's see if it could take a washcloth. Took it effortlessly. It took it literally just as I expected. Now, what I really want to try is a bag. See if it can actually take a grocery bag. And if you can see the particles in the water, that's still minerals. It's all those minerals are gonna flush out. But yeah, from what this toilet looked before, this thing looks a heck of a lot better. What it looks like. I can even look on this side, and I can't even see no minerals in there. I actually can see the muriatic acid actually got rid of most of the scratches whenever I scraped the whenever I tried scraping the minerals out. So the tank is just about to the water line now. So this bag does air up. It doesn't really have holes poked in it. You know what? I have a feeling that it's probably gonna fail on this one. That ain't the one, because that doesn't even have poked holes. This is my usual one. This one is the one that I mostly use in my videos. So let's see if it could take a grocery bag. Oh gosh, that honestly aired up. So I'm not gonna give that a I'm not really gonna count that, because as you can see how badly it aired up. But I can honestly tell you that the flush was actually the minerals in that siphon jet actually did affect the flush. It affected the looks of it, and it affected the flush, but Luckily, the bowl itself is technically restored. Well, the tank itself is restored. Inside the bowl is restored. I still need to kind of clean up. You see around the sides, it was used some of that stuff. I have to scrape some of that stuff off. But you can still kind of see this side looks pretty good. But it will probably end up needing another wipe down. But yeah, there's a better look at your bowl. Like, no minerals whatsoever in that siphon jet, which is honestly quite well. So now, I don't know. If this airs up, I don't want to keep on trying this toilet to flush a grocery bag. I'm gonna give it a chance. I'm at least give it a chance. If this wouldn't have aired up, it would have took it. But honestly, I don't know. I would just let it fill up on its own. But yeah, it still struggles on the grocery bag. I think the grocery bags just air up for some reason. If that grocery bag wouldn't for sure air up, that would have probably took it whatsoever. But it still seemed to do quite well on the dish towel. My dish towel even froze. Look, I may just have to put all this in that water, and let it all break out. Yeah, all of this got stuck together. So, I'm gonna kind of let the dish towel sit in there for a little bit. I may let the dish towel break up a little bit while this one was my tip of stuff. I don't know, till I just go and get some dirt. I'm gonna go get some dirt real quick. I'm gonna let all that. But to me, I'm honestly surprised how much the emblem has restored that. From what it looked like, how gross it looked like with the minerals, I thought it was gonna have to stay with the minerals like that, like forever. But it honestly, yeah. So I'll be right back when I get some dirt. Alright, I got some dirt. Now let's see how it does on the dish towel. I don't understand that. It can barely pass a grocery bag. Well, I can understand it airing up, but most of the time it can pass a dish towel. That's honestly awkward. But still, that did perfect. So I'm gonna let the bowl fill up. Then I'm gonna do it on a dirt test. A thing about this, the rim holes are poked effectively, but the rims are poked effectively, but on the right side the rims are kind of poked effectively. But honestly, still, I tested it and it still seems to do pretty well on the dirt test. I'm honestly not gonna lie. It's hard to put dirt on these types of toilets that has the high water line, and sometimes it's not wanting to the helicopters. I'm gonna let this helicopter pass, and then we're gonna see how it does in a dirt test. Alright, now that it passed, let's see how it does on dirt. As you can see, if that was on a, if the minerals were still in the siphon jet, it wouldn't have siphoned like that. So, there are still a little bit of floaters. Now let's check the borings. Okay, that root doesn't count. It's mostly the dirt. It left a spot there. And that really seems to be it. So that surprisingly did awfully well. I am, like, for this toilet, from what it originally looked like, I didn't do a video what it performed like. I tried to, but I didn't like the flush. From what this toilet looked like, and what it flushed like before, and how it turns out now and how it flushed, this toilet right here made a big difference of it looking with it. Uh-oh. That's the one thing I want to tell you. This stuff here does work on toilets. It has some on it. Some of that muriatic acid does help, but for like little bitty kids, or like a lot of the littler kids who collect toilets, I wouldn't honestly do it. See, the older people like OCC Plumbing, BTR Plumbing, KDMC Plumbing, and me are older, so what I had to do is I had to wear. What I did was I honestly didn't really touch the inside of the bowl. What I did was I let it soak in muriatic acid for like, so I honestly think letting it soak in muriatic acid for at least 24 hours works, because I originally let it sit for like 15 minutes, where I let it sit while the whole time I was sawing the old rusted tank bolts out, and I emptied it out, and I took a picture, and it's in that scene for 15 minutes it seemed to do quite a lot, but there was still quite a bit of minerals there that I left overnight. All of that, like, you could tell whenever all of that was in there, the entire water in the toilet was blue. It was foamy, and it was blue, and it was like brown like poop toilet. Like, if you would have saw all of the minerals would be in here, but all of it soaked down. But like all the minerals, probably all that minerals just went everywhere. So from a glance from what the toilet looked before, this toilet honestly had received way better. And I kind of wish I would have had the tank lid with it. If I would go back, I may get the tank lid. I may get the tank lid, because the tank lid was broken in half. But I could have probably, if I buy some flex glue, I could probably easily fix that with flex glue. But I'm actually gonna do an overfilled tank, and excuse the dripping noise. Like, surprisingly, like, all of my washcloths actually technically like froze. I don't know how to say it, but it kind of did have a little freeze last night. But surprisingly, the muriatic acid didn't freeze my toilet, which is honestly surprising. I didn't want to leave it in the shed, because just in case it would have leaked. But so alright, so here's technically an overfilled tank flush. See, it kind of didn't siphon out there, but honestly, the flush is quick on this toilet. it's honestly quick, but on an overfilled tank, it still doesn't siphon. Even these types of toilets, even whenever they're not clogged up with minerals, it still does it. But honestly, this toilet still, you could kind of change, like, after the, so I'll show you a clip right now of how the toilet originally used to flush. Yeah, that's how the toilet used to flush. And if you just saw how the toilet flushed now, that's kind of a huge improvement, because whenever it was all blocked up with the minerals in the siphon jet, it didn't honestly flush that well. But from what it was originally, still, this toilet has gotten honestly some very huge improvement. Usually after I did some performance tests, the test is honestly still the same from whenever it was with all the minerals. It clogged. It usually just clogged. It took everything else. It literally clogged on a grocery bag, mainly because it aired up. But you know what? Considering this video is kind of already long, I may take this grocery bag and see if it could redeem itself, and see if this toilet can honestly pass this grocery bag without the darn grocery bag airing up. And I'll even raise the height of the water line a little bit. I'll raise it at the very top of that overflow hole. But also the thing about these grocery bags is when they fill up with water, they sink down. So like, and when they sink, it's a possibility that it'll air up. I have a feeling it's gonna still air up. Or honestly, this one just doesn't like grocery bags, because I honestly think it gets stuck in the trap. But and another reason is the trapway is honestly not glazed on it. Yeah. So honestly, I would say that this toilet, right, this emblem does not like grocery bags. But there is some toilets that'll take grocery bags, and there's some toilets that won't. So yeah, I'm honestly happy that this toilet is now finally fully restored. The inside the bowl cleaned really nicely with muriatic acid. Like, if you see inside that trapway opening, it honestly looked like it kind of just came out of the box. So if I would kind of, whenever I get this toilet cleaned up, this toilet will honestly look good inside of a house. So I really don't have anything else to do with this toilet besides show it around. So, and also, I'll show y'all the date. You guys can't probably see it. It's right there, but it's stamped upside down. I think it was made on, if you look up, it maybe could have been made in January 6th or the 1st. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye.